Testing, audio check, making sure you guys can hear me out there. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk. My name is Allen Devlin. It's a pleasure to have you on board with us this fine Friday. It's a wet Friday. That's what I'm going to say there, honestly, because this weather has been insane here in the metro area for the second day in a row at this point. We've had to deal with torrential downpours, and right now I can tell you I'm getting text messages, I'm getting phone calls from all my friends and family out here in the metro area, right here in Midtown, talking about how much water came down, but then also the traffic that's been caused because of the flooding that was left behind. This is the second day in a row we've gotten some pretty summer-like storms where they pop up quick, they wreak havoc, and they head on out to the ocean. And just yesterday, Forsyth County up north, Athens-Clarke County dealing with down power lines. Gwinnett County had big power outages. Some people in Forsyth still don't have power. Some people in the metro still don't have power because of what happened last night. And now here we are again. I was outside just grabbing some food after I finished up the 5 o'clock broadcast, went right across the street to get a sandwich at McAllister's and was met by flash flood warnings, signs, push alerts on my phone, the sirens, everything. It came out of nowhere and just hit really hard. It's calmed down for the most part now. It is dark, but it's darker than it should be at 8 o'clock on a Friday. And most of that is the cloud cover that we're getting. It's still drizzling in Midtown. It's drizzling in a lot of areas around the metro at this hour. You can see by some of this rain here, some lightning traveling right through Atlanta. We've got a little bit before we are actually clear out of this, guys. It's going to be one of those nights, just one of those nights where you want to do your best to stay dry, or at least as dry as you can, because we're still monitoring some possibilities for some more power outages in the area as crews are cleaning up from last night. These are crews up in Forsyth County working to upright trees, clear roadways, get power lines up and running, because you have to mobilize as quickly as you can when this kind of stuff happens. No tornadoes reported in the area, despite some rumors, it was really windy. It got really dark, really fast. No, we just had a whole lot of rain here and a whole lot of strong winds. I think yesterday they were reaching about 69 miles per hour in some parts of our state, which is pretty fast. I'm pretty sure. Cutter, correct me if I'm wrong. Stage 1 hurricane is 74. Starts at 74, right? Up to like 110 or something like that. Right there, yeah. So you're looking at darn near hurricane strength winds in some areas, those gusts that came out of nowhere. But again, crazy weather. You just saw me talking to Cutter off camera. He's going to be up here in just a few minutes and really be able to walk you guys through what we've been dealing with, because it has been a mess. We'll also be able to track out what's coming up in the hours and days to come as we head into our weekend. All right, guys, the next story I want to talk to you guys about is a sad story. We've lost a teenager here in the metro area. Zach Summers has the story. Meningitis was the cause, and I'm going to let him do the talking.
This picture was given to me by her middle school friends.
There's not a day that goes by Belinda Inyan doesn't think about her late daughter, Helen Wami.
Helen was unstoppable, and she was driven.
Pictures and memories of the 17-year-old are carefully placed around Belinda's Johns Creek home. Helen was her only child. She loved dance and was an honor student at Mayor's School, bound for an Ivy League education.
At the age of 8, Helen told me, "Mommy, college is not an option, it's a must."
Helen's ambitious dreams were cut short in September 2021. She suddenly fell sick and died. Her family later learned it was meningitis.
I have bad days and good days.
Belinda now using her pain for good. Last month, she established the Helen Bawak's Leap of Faith Foundation, named in honor of her daughter. The foundation dedicated to empowering first and second generation high school students who want to go to college.
The college application process can be very challenging and daunting to parents, and especially to an immigrant parent who did not go to school in the United States.
Belinda says the goal is to help 9th through 12th graders and their parents navigate the college prep process, offering mentors, workshops, and other resources so they can live out their dreams.
Helen wanted to go to college so bad. Unfortunately, she got pulled out of the race too soon and is not able to do it. If I can help someone else's child go to college and fulfill this dream that Helen did not get to fulfill, it will be honoring Helen's life.
In Johns Creek, Zach Summers, Atlanta News First.
So even in tragedy, that mother is using the passing of her daughter to build something brand new, something better, and then be able to provide, like she said, for other parents, other families, communities that maybe haven't had that easy road to college, or maybe haven't had that easy road here in America. I think it's a beautiful opportunity, and it will be taken advantage of. It already has been, and hopefully it will continue to grow in her daughter's memory. The last thing, I want to leave you guys on something a little wacky here, dealing that it is Friday. Let me see if I can turn this over really quickly. So what we've got is a mullet competition going down here all over the country, but we've got some Georgia boys that are competing. So here they are. I want you to get a good look because you need to help them win this competition. That's the deal here. These two boys are both growing out their mullets. What is it? Business in the front, party in the back. That's the phrase, right? There you go. Going out there in mullets to compete in the nationwide mullet competition. But all the money raised, all this money is going towards to help veterans who helped protect our nation, defend our freedom. But only one can win. So what you have to do is look and support these two boys because they're hometown, homegrown natives, and we got to get them to the top. But you can also look at all the other boys all over the country that are growing out their mullets to compete in this competition, and that winner will be announced here real soon. We will hopefully have the GA kids making their way to at least the finals. We'll wait and see what happens there. But good luck to both of them and all of the boys competing in the mullet competition. All right, I want to turn things over now to Cutter Martin because this weather has been an absolute mess all day long. And you know what the thing is, Cutter, I was hoping that we would at least get a one-day break after recovering from yesterday.
We hope. What about a 5-day break?
I'll take it.
Yeah, we just have to get through tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then a more substantial period of dry weather, sunshine, and hotter weather. That's the price we pay this time of year. Yes, it's going to get hotter when you have less rain, but hey, at least we have less storms. We're not having to deal with severe weather. But opposite trend tonight, we are tracking widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. If you have been poured on for the past many hours, unfortunately, I cannot rule out the chance of additional downpours in your area, though some spots have probably already seen their heaviest rain of the day, though others are just now starting to get into their heavy rain. You're taking a look at First Alert radar right now, and we'll zoom down in. Notice where the green polygons are. The larger polygon is a flash flood warning, and the smaller polygon within that is another flash flood warning, though within that second polygon, including portions of Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fulton, Gwinnett counties until 12:15 in the morning. The risk of flooding is greater within that smaller polygon. 2 to 4 inches of rain has officially been observed, not just estimated, and that is producing a greater risk of flash flooding, though we were getting a bit of a break and water was, starting to drain off just a bit, but now we're starting to see rain build back in as it was forecast to do so from the west and the northwest, so definitely not done with rain yet. In fact, we have quite a bit of rain showers, thunderstorms to deal with. First alert torrential rain and storms continue across metro Atlanta. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and zoom back down in here on first alert radar, and we'll go ahead and turn the warnings off so I can give you a better track here. Bear with me. There we go. And now we'll put a track on this particular downpour here. Pause radar first, moving a little bit more quickly than storms earlier this afternoon were. That is good news, meaning that the risk of flooding, while it is still there, grounds are saturated, water's going to run off very quickly. At least it's not going to sit over the same areas repeatedly. On its present movement, this new downpour into Decatur, 8:25, downtown Atlanta, really within the next 45 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, Lithonia, 8:49, and Conyers in Rockdale County, top the 9 o'clock hour. Further to the north and west, there is more rain. Areas that have been a little bit quieter today. Southern Bartow County, extending back into the Rockmart community. Southwestern Cherokee County, far northern Cobb County, the Ackworth community. Lake Allatoona, it is absolutely pouring. It is a downpour right now, kind of marching down 75. So top into the perimeter, up into North Cobb, North Fulton, Alpharetta, it's stormy now. There's even heavier rain moving in from the west and northwest. Weiner, Decula, eastern Gwinnett County. This is pushing off to the east towards Clark and Oconee counties. In fact, I can put a tracker on this particular cell. Moving towards Athens into the Bogart community, 827, into Athens proper. If it holds together, 844. And I think in some capacity, it will. Certainly there's going to be many areas that do see more rain as we go through the evening and the overnight hours. Let's see, talking to Jamia on YouTube. Reminder, we are streaming across many platforms this evening, including Atlanta News First, the YouTube account, saying, I live in South Atlanta. Are we okay down here? The risk of flooding continues. In fact, I think the heaviest rain yet for you down on the south side, College Park, the Stockbridge area. Not sure exactly where on the south side you live, but from East Point to College Park down to Union City, Palmetto, we're tracking new downpours moving in. And we'll put radar in motion here. Notice how it's kind of sweeping in from the north and west. And then zooming back out further to the north and west, this is kind of the main show, the main bout of activity moving in right now. Now, the heaviest with this particular cluster, this round of showers and storms, looks to be on the north side of town, near North Metro, extending on up further north into the mountains of North Georgia. So the heaviest rain here from the north side on to the north. Now, if you live in South Fulton, one downpour there, another moving into the Newton County area. Carrollton, Carroll County, a steady rain with maybe embedded heavier downpours into Cleburne County. Those will move into your neck of the woods here over the next maybe 30 to 45 minutes. But the heaviest of the rain with this particular round appears to be on the north side of town, but could slide back into the city of Atlanta, an area hard hit by heavy rain a little bit earlier today. So watching that closely, long story short, Jamia, the risk of heavy rain and maybe a strong to severe storm or two continues. I would say for the next couple of hours. By midnight in Atlanta, I think we're really going to start to wind it down, and hopefully early tomorrow morning, we'll see a lower rain chance. And yes, I don't think completely dry, but rain will be a little spottier overnight tonight, more so in early tomorrow morning. Just have to get through the next handful of hours first. In fact, on that note, let's walk you through the forecast hour by hour here. Bear with me. We're going to put this forecast model in motion. This is what a computer thinks radar will look like. And it's doing a decent job so far. Again, notice how it brings that cluster of storms into the city, 9, 10, 11 p.m. And then by midnight, we're a little quieter. Still some showers around. There will be some rain overnight tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. But I think the heaviest has already impacted us. Nonetheless, scattered showers around tonight into early tomorrow morning, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So not a completely dry start to our Saturday, but drier than it has been this evening. And will continue to gradually dry out. Again, you can see the heavy rain outside here in West Midtown, basically 14th and McCaslin. Tomorrow, fewer scenes like that. Only a 20% chance of rain as we get into late morning into the afternoon. Atlanta Open, first match, mid-morning. Could be dealing with a few showers, but then drying out. Only a very spotty chance of rain as we get into the afternoon. And behind the rain of today and the rain that has yet to arrive tonight, it'll be a little cooler tomorrow, mid to upper 80s, kind of the rule. Not too much of a heat index, may feel a little bit hotter than what the temperature reads. That is with humidity, the moisture in the air factored in. Classic summer scenario, it's already warm. You factor the moisture in the air in, and it's going to feel a little bit warmer, a little bit hotter across the metro and North Georgia, particularly along and south of the I-20 corridor, where humidity will be a little bit higher tomorrow. As we get into tomorrow afternoon, again, improving, so trying to get the kiddos out, cabin fever, probably after storms yesterday, storms and rain today, though we did have plenty of dry time earlier today. May have impacted some pool plans, some playground plans, anything going on as we, the last few weeks, 4 weeks or so of summer, and trying to get every opportunity to get outside if at all possible. And I think as we get into the back half of the weekend, even tomorrow afternoon, and especially as we get into early next week, certainly weather improving, becoming much more favorable for the outdoor plans. It will be warm, but drier, and humidity lower, at least initially. Austin Vance on YouTube, just got to ask a question. Do you think if the storm will change to a marginal risk, or will it be the same level 2 risk? In general, it doesn't matter as much at this point, Austin, whether your neighborhood is under a marginal level 1 risk or a slight level 2 risk. The risk of severe weather is a little bit lower than it was earlier. We've had enough shower and thunderstorm activity around to begin to eat away, as I fix my tie here, at some of the energy that was able to build and accumulate through the day that storms really were able to tap into earlier and become strong to severe. We're now seeing that wane just a little bit, and I think some of that is being not necessarily gotten rid of, but used in a different way, so there's just not quite as much energy for showers and thunderstorms to capitalize on overnight tonight. So Austin, I think the risk of severe weather is a little lower. Still, though, 1 or 2 storms could become strong to severe late tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Keep your alerts turned on in the First Alert weather app just in case. First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete And Fred Campagna will be in-house. I'll be there with him as well here for the next few hours. And then early tomorrow morning, you can wake up with Courtney Jacobazzi. She'll keep you updated on drying weather, hotter weather on the way through the rest of the weekend. So hang tight, folks. Keep alerts turned on. Rain, lightning is severe, especially if you have the outdoor plans, and the First Alert Weather app will keep you updated. Time now, 8:17. Newscast not far away, 45 minutes or so. Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV. I'll have the 9 o'clock hour. We're back at 10 p.m. and then back over on WANF at 11 p.m. Full forecast tracking storms where they are at that moment, and then the forecast into tonight in the wee hours of your Saturday. Again, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay dry, drive safe. Still some high water spots out there. Team coverage of today's storms and still some of the flooding and power issues we have from today and yesterday's storms coming up starting at 9 p.m.